Hello guys, welcome to La Liga updates on the go. So today we are going to discuss about La Liga, and it was match day 22. So in the beginning, the first match, it was Granada versus Espanol, where Granada won 2-1. The score at halftime was 1-1. And what happened? So Roldy Thomas opened the scoring in the 27th minute when he converted the penalty. It was his third goal of the season after joining from Benfica. He recently joined in the winter transfer window. Darwin Marches scored his third goal of the season to equalize the scoreline in the 38th minute. So the lead did not last for long before Carlos Fernandez scored his fourth goal of the season to give Granada the lead in the 46th minute. So expected goals at Granada at 0.88 to Espanol's 2.70, and this is what I say, that expected goals sometimes like when some team overperforms, like Granada have overperformed, and they have statistically they have no right to win, but they have won the game clearly. So it is a quintessential FIFA result. So the win means Granada are in 10th position with 30 points, and Espanol are rock bottom with 15 points. They clearly have to buckle up so that they do not face relegation. Real Madrid won 1-0 against arch rivals Atletico Madrid. The score at halftime was 0-0, and it took place in Santiago Bernabeu with an attendance of 77,223 people, and the referee was Estrada Fernandez. Karim Benzema scored the only goal of the game in the 56th minute. That was also his 13th goal of the season, and it was assisted by Ferland Mendy. In other news of the game, Alvaro Morata was substituted because he received an injury. He picked up an injury, and he was substituted by Thomas Lemar in the 50th minute. Yannick Carrasco, who recently returned back from China as a part of loan as of now, has also made his debut, but from the bench. He came on in the 71st minute in place of Vitolo. So the win means Madrid are in first position with 49 points, 3 points clear of second place Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid slide down to 6th position and they have 36 points. So expected goals had Real Madrid 1.05 to Atletico Madrid 0.44, so it's kind of a fair result, and Atletico Madrid will have to buckle up, or else Champions League may be slipping away from them. Okay, in the next game, Mallorca lost 1-0 against Real Valladolid. So it was in Son Moix, that is the Mallorca stadium, with an attendance of just 13,891 people, and the score line at halftime was 0-0. It was scored by former City player Enes Unal, which was also his fourth goal of the season. And the win and the expected goals were favoring Real Valladolid, who had expected goals of 1.10 to Mallorca's 0.55. Real Valladolid are now in 14th position with 25 points, and RCD Mallorca are in 17th position with 18 points. They are just above the relegation in terms of goal difference. In another match, in the other day, this was again now, Valencia played Celta Vigo. Valencia are in 5th position and Celta Vigo are in 19th. So what happened in the game? You ask. I hear you ask. So it took place in Mestalla, that is the Valencia's home ground, and the scoreline at halftime was 0-0. So Carlos Soler scored the only goal of the game in the 77th minute to give Valencia the win. So the win means Valencia are in 5th position and Celta Vigo are in 19th, and they will probably suffer relegation. Even Aspas is not firing like what he used to do in the previous seasons, and also in this match, Esquivel Lagares suffered an injury and was taken off in the 43rd minute. So moving on, next we had Lagares versus Real Sociedad. This was on Sunday, and Lagares won 2-1 against Sociedad. The scoreline at halftime was 1-0 to Sociedad. So Alexander Isak scored the opening goal in the 28th minute, and he is, I think, on loan from Borussia Dortmund, and this was his 6th goal of the season, so the loan is going on very good. Then Kenneth Omoreu scored in the 49th minute to equalize the scoreline before Oscar Rodriguez scored in the 98th minute to give the home side the win. And it is a very, very cruel way to win, to score in the 90th minute. My god, it is just heartbreaking for the team which loses. So expected goals at Lagares at 1.42 to Real Sociedad's 0.11. Lagares are now in 18th position, and they are in the relegation zone in terms of goal difference, and Mallorca in 17th, that we had already discussed, and Real Sociedad are now in 8th position with 34 points. So Eibar drew 1-1 with Real Betis. The scoreline at halftime was 1-1-2. So Nabil Fekir, former Lyon player and the World Cup winner with France, scored the first goal of the game in the 7th minute when he converted from Sergio Canales' corner. And Fabian Orellana scored in the 15th minute to equalize for the home team. It was his 5th goal of the game, and he converted the penalty which was awarded to Eibar when Takashi Inoue was fouled in the box. So expected goals had Eibar at 2.22 to Real Betis 0.97. So Eibar were very extremely unlucky to not get a win here. So in our next game, Athletic Club lost 2-0 against Getafe. It was a very fair game, except Athletic Club should have scored 1. So Getafe won 2-0 against Athletic Club, and expected goals at Getafe 2.28 to Athletic Club 0.76. So it was at San Mamés, that is Athletic Bilbao's home ground. So the game was opened by the scoring of Damian Suarez in the 36th minute, and Jaime Mata scored in the 58th minute to double the scoreline. It was his 7th goal of the season, and it was a penalty which he scored. And Inigo Luque, and how did they get the penalty? Inigo Luque conceded a penalty by making a handball in the box. So if you do not know him, he is Athletic Bilbao's 26-year-old right back. So that was I think the only major part of the game, major things that took place in the game. So where do Atletico Bilbao rank in this year's league? So Athletic Club are in 9th position with 31 points, and Granada, who were flying very high in the beginning of the season, have dropped down to 10th, and they have 30 points there. So they are just below Athletic Club in the charts. So next up we had Sevilla, who drew 1-1 against Alaves. Expected goals at Sevilla at 1.65 to Alaves' 0.69. So Jose Luis opened the scoring in the 70th minute. He is a former Newcastle United player, and this was his 9th goal of the season, not of the game. Then Lucas Ocampos, the former, I think he played for Monaco once, converted the penalty, which was his 6th goal of the season, when Ruben Duarte committed a handball inside the box. So he scored and equalized the scoreline in the 77th minute. So Sevilla are now in 4th position, and they look like they will be qualifying and be giving very good competition for the Champions League spots, because Atletico Madrid are simply not good enough this season, and I don't know what's wrong with them. Is it change of style that they're trying? I do not know, but this is not the Atletico Madrid we know. And Alaves are in 15th position with 24 points, so they are somewhat safe from relegation as of now. I mean they have some buffer, but it's not that much. In other game, Villarreal won 3-1 against Osasuna. The scoreline was 1-0 in the halftime to Villarreal. Paco Alcácer, the player who just got transferred from Borussia Dortmund, opened the scoring in the 45th minute before Adriane Hernandez scored for Osasuna to level the scoreline in the 48th minute. Ruben Pena scored in the 54th minute to give Villarreal the lead before Santi Cazorla converted a penalty which was earned by Paco Alcacer when he was fouled inside the box. So Santi Cazorla scored his 8th goal of the season to make the scoreline 3-1 in the 59th minute. So the result means Villarreal are in 7th position with 34 points and Osasuna are in 11th position with 28 points. So moving on to our other game, which was Barcelona versus Levante. Barcelona won 2-1 courtesy of Ansu Fati. Expected goals had Barcelona 3.38 to Levante's 1.10. Score at halftime was 2-0. The Ansu Fati opened the scoreline in the 38th minute and he also scored another quick goal in the 31st minute to double the scoreline. It was his third and fourth goal of the season, and both the goals were assisted by none other than one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, Lionel Messi. So that was his 7th and 8th assist of the season for Messi. Ruben Rochina scored in the 90th minute, and which looked nothing other than consolation. So Ansu Fati has been a revelation this season. I mean, Dembele has been largely missing this season, but Ansu Fati has come up and he's quite good and he has a very bright future if he continues this rate. And even Kike Setien changed his formation. He generally plays 3-1-4-2 or something, 3 at the back, generally 3-5-2 or 3 on that note, but this time he played 4-3-3, which is considered the traditional Barcelona way. So the table is tightly contested on top and the bottom. So Barcelona are 3 points behind Real Madrid. Real Madrid have 49 points and Barcelona have 46 points. So the league title is going to be spicy. And even the relegation zone, Mallorca have 18, they are on 17th. Lagares have 18, they are on 18th. Celta Vigo have 17th, they are on 19th. And Espanol have 15, they are on 20th position. And Eibar have 24. So there is a buffer between 17 and 16, but the other 4 from 17 to 20 are very, very, very close. And any slip up, any 1 or 2 slip ups can mean being demoted to Segunda B. So that is it from La Liga updates. It has already been around 13 minutes, so it's not an update on the go, but yeah, this is like a mini podcast. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did enjoy the content, do like, share and subscribe, and feel free to comment what you like and what you don't like, what needs to be improved. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.